as we said before, turns 50 next month. Michael van Gerwen almost half his age. They've had some high-profile meetings as well.
Yeah, they have. So,
first leg moving to throw first. Game on.
Well, look, they've had a couple of meetings. They've met here this tournament for the last 2 years running.
Yep.
Because Michael won in the quarter-final 6-5 against Mervyn. Last year, that was in this arena here. The year before, when it was held in Veldhoven, near Eindhoven, was MVG.
140.
Fires in a ton 40. Yeah, he won in the final, beat Mervyn in the final 6-4. So this is their third consecutive meeting at the Dutch Darts Masters in various stages.
60.
One quarter-final, one final. This, of course, the semi-final. And the one I immediately think of aside from this particular tournament is the Grand Prix final.
140.
From 2012, when Mervyn had a commanding lead, but then the crowd started getting on his back and probably let it get to him, and Michael van Gerwen managed to secure his first major PDC title.
140.
And then just became this absolutely monstrous overlord of darts.
96.
Yeah, Mervyn King after that match saying that he felt like he had to play 4,000 people. He could experience something similar today.
I think most of them will be rooting for the man from Holland.
100. After you require 125.
But as you said, Van Gerwen has won this title the last 2 years running and met Mervyn King at some stage. So omens favouring the Dutchman. Not that he needs omens, he's a world number one.
65. Mervyn, you require
Mervyn
80.
has got 80. And he'll look at treble 16 for double 16, because that's what he always does. But it does mean that you might not get a dart at a double, but he does with that treble. It's double 11,
Michael, you require
and he misses
60.
it. So MVG 20 for tops. There's the 20. Steps across the oche, trying to avoid that first dart. Fails to do so, but double 10
50.
doesn't come to his aid.
Mervyn,
King
you
comes
require
back, but
22.
he opted to go for treble 16, then went treble 14 to leave double 11. It's a tricky double, because he could go inside it.
Oh!
Well, he did go inside the double, but he bounced back out of it.
No score.
How is your luck?
Michael, you
How do you
require
feel,
10.
Merv?
Really?
In charge in the first leg.
Double 5, Michael
Gerwen.
van Gerwen gets him off and running in this
Second
one.
leg, Michael to throw first.
It's a
Game
break
on.
of throw. I wouldn't imagine if Mervyn King finds himself 5-0 down against Michael van Gerwen that he'll be playing another game tonight.
No. Although, to be fair, I wouldn't have imagined he'd be playing another game when he was 5-0 down to Benito van der Pas, with Benito playing as he was. But this is a strange old game.
Yep, it does happen sometimes. Benito van der Pas just unable to get over the finish line.
Yet 10 match darts missed. 10. 1-0.
121.
Four Euro Tour finals for Mervyn King in his career. Lost twice to Michael van Gerwen. Once, as we've said, here at the Dutch Darts Masters. Once in
96.
Austria. He did manage to win one. That was in Sindelfingen. Beat Michael Smith in the final before he
93.
rode on home on his motorcycle all the way from Germany.
Won't be getting a chance to break Michael here unless MVG fails to clean up
Michael, you require
this 88. And he's given himself 2 darts at double 14. Just readjusts.
And
nails it.
Michael van
And
Gerwen.
leads 2-0.
And leg Mervyn to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, Mervyn King does not want to follow the game plan of going 5-0 down,
60.
as he said. It was successful once. I don't think it will be successful again.
Michael van Gerwen's plan going very well so far.
190 180s for the tournament, and a significant chunk of those have come from Northern Ireland's Daryl Gurney, including 9 in the previous game.
Yeah, very, very impressive, Daryl Gurney.
Michael Van Gerwen's average has been climbing over the course of the tournament. 99 against Big John Henderson, 102 against Justin Pipe, 103 against Dave Chisnall. He knows what it takes to get better and better as tournaments go on.
140.
Interestingly, Daryl Gurney's been doing the same. Menso Suljovic has been doing the same.
130.
One of those two is going to be in the final.
Yeah, it will be a first European Tour final for one of those guys. Menso, this will be his 5th semi-final. Daryl hadn't even made the quarters of one of these.
43.
Big weekend for one of those guys.
6 darts from 126 for Michael Van Gerwen.
Look at the 16s now. And he will be back with 3 darts at double 8. Moving back on 165, which is why Van Gerwen didn't need to use the bullseye for that check out. He knew he would get to come back.
90. He requires 16.
Double 8. And there it is, and it's a 13 darter. This is looking ominous for Mervyn King.
Full-leg Michael to throw first. Game on.
Only 58 though to start this time. Can Mervyn King jump all over this chance?
60.
Well, there's your answer.
Already knocked out the world number 2, Gary Anderson, as Mervyn King beat him in the 2nd round when it's 6-4, and there was plenty of that from the King during that victory. He's going to need a lot more to worry Michael Van Gerwen, because he just does that back at you.
Michael Van Gerwen himself found himself 5-0 up in a match against John Henderson and went missing for a while there before closing out the victory 6-3.
123.
Well, 13 darts in the last leg, and he'll come back for double top for another 13 dart leg. King piles on the pressure though this time.
139. You require 40.
Does Michael Van Gerwen even feel pressure?
Well, you have to say that he is finding himself winning games from positions where other people just wouldn't. I mean, we saw it against Gary Anderson in the final of the European Championship, where he won the last 4 legs. We saw him somehow, admittedly, Phil Taylor missed loads of darts against him at the Masters, but he still managed to do it. When Ian White had him in trouble at the match play last year, he still managed to reel him in over the course of the game and win that one. That was the most danger he was in the whole of that tournament. Michael Van Gerwen, sometimes he wins tournaments and looks untouchable, but most of the time there is
59.
one game in there where you think, he's got to really work for this. Somebody's got a chance to beat him. You might get a dart, you might get 2 darts. You've got to take it. You might not get a dart at all, but there'll be little moments. Peter Wright, when he played Michael Van Gerwen at the World Series of Darts finals, never got a dart for the match, did he? But he had an opportunity. I think 1-2-1 he had, but never got a dart at a double.
45.
Yeah, took out a 1-4-1 to beat him in the Japan Darts Masters semi-final. So he is beatable, Michael Van Gerwen.
But you've got to do something very, very special.
38.
Such as Raymond van Barneveld at the recent World Championship.
Yes, quite.
But Van Gerwen dominated the European Tour last year, along with Michael Smith. But the first 4 events
140.
all went the way of the world number 1.
There were little chances along the way, though. Remember, he had a very below
99.
par game against Kevin Painter in Gibraltar,
170.
only averaged 91. Still won it.
What's he doing now? What's he doing now? 170 finish from Michael van Gerwen.
Michael van Gerwen.
5-0. He leads Mervyn King.
Sixth leg, Michael to throw first.
The biggest
Game on.
finish possible. He hasn't needed to pull out the big guns in this match. He's just done that to kind of showboat, I suppose.
60.
He just hits what he wants. The crowd are singing his name, and Michael van Gerwen is 5-0 up again, and Mervyn
99.
King is 5-0 down again. $
140.
We have seen whitewashers this weekend, but it's not that often that you see in the latter stages of tournaments people getting done 6-0 just because of the quality of the players and how well they've done to get here. And Mervyn King underlines that with his second 180 of the match, but
Yeah, here he comes, Mervyn.
96.
he's making his move now.
Yeah, he's an obligatory 5-0 deficit.
He's played into Mervyn's trap. He has Michael van Gerwen right where he wants him.
98.
You wily old campaigner, Mervyn.
96.
Well, 96 gets him down to 109. It would be for the match, unless Mervyn King takes out the 1-2-4. Needs treble 18. Doesn't get treble 18. Michael van Gerwen
56.
nodding to himself, ginning himself up. He wants to finish this off right now. 109 for the match and a 6-0 win. Gets the treble. Oh, fractions.
77. Revenue requires 68.
So Mervyn to get a leg on the board. 68. Gets a shot.
44.
Well,
Michael,
I think that's the worst
32.
start I've ever seen Mervyn King for double 16.
how do you hit double 16, Mervyn? Well, not like that. Double 8's gone as well.
24.
Something about Mervyn King
Revenue required 24.
and 5-0 deficits because Van Gerwen's just missed 4 match darts.
Game short in a sixth leg.
It couldn't happen, could it? Where Mervyn King survives
Seventh leg,
10
Mervyn to throw
match
first.
darts from Benito
Game on.
van der Pass and then goes 5-0 down to Michael van Gerwen and survives yet more, even more match darts. Let's say, I don't know, 20, and somehow finds himself in the final.
60.
Well, this is not the best start to this leg
40.
from MVG. Feels he should be back in the practice room preparing for the final.
It is his mantra, isn't it? He can't afford any mistakes. That was a
57.
mistake.
It was.
It's 4 of them.
No mistake on the treble 20 that time.
140.
Mervyn looking to apply some more pressure. Just get Van
85.
Gerwen thinking a little bit.
Well, he did take his foot off the gas against John Henderson, as he said, when he led 5-0 and Hendo won 3 legs on the spin and then Michael just closed it out. Justin Pike was 3-0 down, levelled the match at 3 apiece before he ended up losing it 6-3.
Yeah, you have to think at some point Michael van Gerwen will just refocus himself for a dozen darts
131.
and book his place in the decider.
Yeah, you don't have to wait very long in a game of darts when Michael van Gerwen's playing for a 12-dart leg. And that is probably
133.
going to be enough to close this game out. A 15-darter would do it right now. He needs the treble 20, but doesn't get it.
90. Mervyn, you require
He's left
66.
himself very handy. King needs 66 to keep this match going a little longer. It'll be 20 for tops. And he hits it.
Shot in a 7th leg. Mervyn King, 8th leg, Michael to throw first.
Well, MVG had that fanfare finish of 170.
40.
Since then,
Well, even then, he did well in the next leg to put himself in a position to win it. It's just that when it came to the winning shot, he couldn't find it. And the crowd are singing his name, and Michael van Gerwen has gone from bouncing around and geeing himself up and going, oh, I'm going to absolutely thrash Mervyn King here, just close this out and get back into practice room, prepare for the final, to now just beating himself up a little bit.
140.
It amazes the top professionals themselves as much as it amazes us that they can take out a huge 170 finish, rattle in 180s for fun, but given 4 clear darts at a double, sometimes it doesn't go in.
140.
Well, I would imagine Benito van der Pas, I don't know where he is, he's probably gone home by now, but he's probably sat there still wondering what happened this evening.
95.
When he was 5-0 up and then missed 10 match darts over the next 6 legs to allow Mervyn King through to the semi-final, who we jokingly said would not go 5-0 down to Michael van Gerwen and then win. But there is actually a chance of that happening, however remote.
Less chance now as MVG puts 2 darts in treble 19 to leave himself 92. So he'll be coming back. Well, you'd think he'd get at least 1 match dart, possibly 2, depending which route he opts to take.
Ivan Gerwen, 92.
Well, he's gone the aggressive route, gives him 2 match darts, misses the first one, and misses the second, and it's 6 match darts now
74.
that have been missed.
Mervyn wants 74, and this will be for another break of road. He's hit the treble 14, but missed the double 16.
Well, maybe that is it. Maybe that is it.
A grin on the face of Van Gerwen as he steps forward to finish the job. Michael van Gerwen will get the chance to defend his Dutch darts Masters crown. He's won it the last couple of years. He's beat Mervyn King on the way in both those occasions. And MVG is through. He'll face the winner of our next semi-final as Menzo Suljevic takes on Daryl Gurney. MVG is 1 win away from a triple Dutch darts Masters
Dames en
success.
heren, geef een hartelijk applaus. Goed gespeeld vandaag weer, Mervyn King. En we gaan deze man tijd geven om zich voor te bereiden op de finale. Hij zit in de finale, zo dadelijk is hij terug. Michael van Gerwen.
Now we're flying through the stars. I hope this night will last forever.